I was born and bred in Ivydoe. I was born at my granny's. That's a nice little village, is Ivyhoe, like what they calls interdenominational. There's got a church, an Ebenezer Strict Baptist, a Wesleyan Reformed, a Bethel, and a little Salvation Army made out of corrugated iron. When that rains, it don't half rattle. Only, of course, it's nice soft water. I'm church myself, St. Mark's, what they calls perpendicular. It was built by the Vikings in the 11th century before the railway come. There's got some fine old crusaders in it. Like these here stone statues where it lies underneath, and they put these here stone statues on the lid so he can recognise himself. Only nobody be recognising him, 'cause we've been sharpening our sickles and fagging hooks on him ever since I can remember, and he ain't got no face then. Us gets into church at night and sharps our sickles and fagging hooks on this here crusader. All over him. They reckon that's the finest bit of sharpening stone in Hertfordshire. Only what they don't know, that's been handed down like. I had to laugh at our old vicar showing some folks over the church. This here crusader, he says, was defaced by Oliver Cromwell at the time of the Revelation. I have to laugh. He lays there, quite comfortable like, with his old woman alongside him. They reckon that's the finest bit of sharpening stone in Hertfordshire. Only his old woman ain't much good. Can't get no edge out of her. There's a dog sits by his feet, a little crusading dog. Used to follow after him down by the Crimea. Looks more like a whippet if you ask me. Stands over again organ. I like music. I used to sing in the choir, only they reckon my voice was a bit too spiteful. Old Charlie Hawkins once said, "You got a better foot of music, Jimmy, for a bad road out." But I had a tidy good education. I could read when I was 18. Only, of course, not understand it. Not like that Miss O'Piggott that used to play his organ. Oh, I hated the sight of her. I couldn't abide her. They reckon her dad was a big army gentleman left over from the mutineers. Very hot on the temperance. I mind she sees my barrow one time, stood outside the Rose and Crown. I'd been to get some beansticks from over by the crab tree, and I'd left my barrow stood outside. Well, she sees me on the Tuesday, and she starts off at me. "I see your barrow," she says. "Outside the Rose and Crown," she says. "Look not beyond the wine when it is red," she says. "'Cause it burneth like a serpent and sticketh like an adder." Proverbs 22, 35, 36. I said, "I've never been in the Rose and Crown," I said. "Never been near it." She said, "I've seen your barrow stood outside," she says. "That's intemperance, that's intemperance." Well, it seemed no good argufying. So I tipped my hat and I said good afternoon. About 3 or 4 days afterwards, I'd left my barrow stood outside her front door all night. Dad, her.